Welcome back. There's a new trend that we're seeing among marriages around the country. More and more couples these days are staying together even though they were at the cusp of divorce. So what brought them back from the brink? And joining us live this morning is relationship coach and author Roy Biancalana, as well as Jada Collins, who is a marriage counselor from Total Life Counseling Center. Thank you both so much for coming in.
Good to be here.
So we thought it would be interesting to have a male-female sort of Mars-Venus perspective on this new study. So we're really glad both of you decided to come in and talk about this morning.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jada's like, I'm mostly Venus, a little Mars.
Yeah, a little Mars, but Venus all the way.
All right, so ladies first. Jada, I'm curious to hear what your thoughts were when you first read this study saying that people were actually saying, you know what, maybe we can make this work.
I understand it. Like, I read the article and I said, you know what, I get it. And for two reasons. Number one, I genuinely feel that they're right when they say there are hard reasons and soft reasons for why people are saying they can or cannot make it. And those hardcore reasons would be something like chronic infidelity, substance abuse, things like that. But those soft reasons are, you know, we're growing apart. We just can't communicate. I don't think that we're in the same place anymore. And those are things that can be worked on. And if you look at the research, a lot of the reasons why they're getting a divorce are for soft reasons.
Right.
And so looking at that, it's like, you know what, hey, we can change this. We can make a difference.
That's such an excellent point. And Roy, I mean, would you agree that there are some things that are just not conquerable in a marriage, when the things that go, you know, when they say that a marriage is just broken versus soft reasons?
Right. If there's been abuse, if there is really a total erosion of trust, it's difficult to come back from that. I was encouraged by the article and about the trend from the perspective in my business. What people do is they think the problem is just the other person, and so the logic goes, especially us Mars people, if I just get a different partner, then I'll be happy. But what happens is you take your own issues with you into the next relationship and you just recreate the same dynamic. So anything that makes a couple stop and say, let's work on ourselves a little bit, and not just take the easy way out, we'll get divorced. And then that's why the second marriage divorce rate is just as high or higher, is because wherever you go, there you are, and you get the same dynamic, attract the same kind of person, and end up in the same place.
So it's really about looking at ourselves, Jada, not just focusing all the attention on our partner's problems, but looking at ourselves. I mean, is that one of your biggest challenges when you have marriage counseling, to try to say, all right, I know you think it's all their fault, but...
And the grass is not always greener on the other side, right?
Never.
So when we're looking at ourselves, I always ask my couples to say, what do I need? And if my needs aren't being fulfilled, that's a problem. I can take that same need to somewhere else, and if that same need is not fulfilled, then again, we have a problem. So a lot of times it's, what do we need? That's going back to the basics, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. We all have needs, and if those needs aren't met, we're going to have a problem.
Because you're going to go looking elsewhere to get those needs met.
Right, and I have a little different perspective. I've written an entire book on the idea that to think you're in a relationship to get your emotional needs met is what causes the problem. We have to learn to source our own needs from within, because love is not about getting. If you're trying to get something from a partner, you're in trouble. Love is about giving completely from yourself, recognizing you are full and complete and lacking nothing.
Interesting.
So anytime you think you're missing something, and I need a partner to give me love and attention or pay attention to me, you are setting up the dynamic for drama, because when they don't do their job, you're going to get mad at them.
Interesting.
I have a different perspective. From the Venus perspective, because we all have human needs, and that's who we are as individuals. That's basic human development. So in that, we do need, there are physiological needs, there are self-esteem needs, self-actualization needs. So yeah, we do have needs, and to say that another person can't fulfill those needs, I disagree a little bit, Roy.
Yeah. No, it's okay. What would it be?
You're working this out so
What would it be about Mars and Venus having an argument?
This is it. Exactly.
I can tell they're counselors.
I don't need you to approve of me.
Exactly. But there is a certain element, and you know, women, and let's go back to Venus, there's a security thing. We need to feel secure. That's a part of it. And
but is that a man's job to give you?
It is not a man's job to give me. However, I do feel that there is a compromise in that. And we have to come to the table and say, okay, what are we both bringing to the table? table. And if we're bringing it to the table, then we're able to compromise and say, okay, I can or I cannot fulfill that need.
I love you guys. They need their own show.
We do.
Do you like it? The Roy and Jada show. I'm telling you, you guys are really good. It was such a pleasure to talk to you guys about this subject this morning. Jada Collins and Roy Biancalana, thank you so much for coming in this morning. I love that they have differing opinions too, don't you? Isn't that kind of nice, Mike?
Yeah, that was cool, Amy. I love seeing that. A little debate among between the counselors there.